Previously on the Ron Van Dam Show.
This should be fun. Tiny little sandwiches, children, dogs. There's kind of nothing more disgusting in the world. I don't know what's going to happen here. Relax, come on. I'm not going to hurt you.
And now, today's episode.
On the air everywhere, this is New England Broadcasting.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Thank you. Oh boy. The allergies are killing me today. I don't know if it's tree pollen or tree frogs or grasshoppers or dust or people or nuts. I'm allergic to something. I don't. It's airborne, whatever it is. I think I'm allergic to you, actually. Oh my God! I didn't start getting stuffed up till I started the show. It's you. I knew that all the time, though. I've been allergic to people since I was a kid. Oh, yeah. As soon as I was born, I remember as a fetus looking up at the doctor and the nurse and starting to sneeze. I'm allergic to people. That's what it is. I must stay away from them. My nose is stuffed like a chicken. I love stuffed chicken. Chicken isn't good enough unless you stuff it with something. It needs to be stuffed. I watch cooking shows and I see the chefs on the TV shows shoving things in the chicken's ass. That's really what they're doing. They're just putting stuff in the chicken's ass and then they're throwing it into the oven to cook it. That's not right, is it? Maybe I'm allergic to chickens. Did you ever think of that? I never thought of that. I just eat the chickens. They're cage-free, you know. Chickens should be allowed to run around before they kill them. When I go to the supermarket, I always look for the cage-free eggs. I can tell the difference. Oh yeah, many times. Like I'll be eating an egg in a restaurant or something, and then I'll go, "Ooh, this doesn't taste like there was a cage involved." It has that non-cagey kind of taste. This has been a free-range egg. Very tasty. You can tell the difference. I remember when I was younger, I had sex with a vegan. And after the sex, I laid back on the pillow and said, "Hey, you don't eat meat, do you?" I could tell from that. Oh, yeah. I'm very, very intuitive. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the program. This is the Ron Van Dam Show. I am Ron Van Dam. That's really pretty much all this is. But we do this every single weekday and have been doing it for over 30 years. Get out, Ron. You don't even look like you're 30 years old. Yeah, I started as a fetus. Now I've been doing 30 years. I'm over 30 years old, believe it or not. I know, it's hard to tell. 30 freaking years every weekday doing this stuff. The hell's wrong with me? The hell's wrong with you for listening to this? That's the marriage that we have. That's the bond. I've told so many people this so many times, I'm getting sick and tired of saying it, but if you ever have trouble sleeping at night, just Listen to the show. I swear within 10 minutes you'll have the most peaceful night's sleep. I will knock you out. It's unbelievable. Speaking of being knocked out, holy crap, the President of the United States, that should be the end of the sentence. Holy crap, the President of the United States. Period. End of thought. The guy that, I can't remember his name, the President is traveling today to Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso, Texas, because those are the locations of the latest mass shootings. These are the latest ones that all happened within a 15-hour period of each other. It's rocked the nation so much, and well it should. As a matter of fact, apparently people walking into schools with military-style vests and military-style weapons, assault weapons, gunning down children, apparently is not enough for us to do anything. Well, I mean, that's not that significant, right? That was like years ago, and we did nothing after that of any consequence. It's unbelievable. It's just, I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyway, that's where the Republican-Democrat thing is like a curse on all of you for staying that separated when horrible things happen. You don't have the decency to get together and do something about it. I'm kind of thinking that people in government are very indecent, many of them. Some are wonderful, some are incredibly indecent. And those are the ones that should be told to pack their bags. But no, that's not what happens. No, walking into a school and shooting children, it happens, right? Apparently, for now, because the rhetoric's always there, for now, we're going to be doing something about this. We're going to do a red flag background checks, which means if you go on social media or say things to friends or family, they contact the police and they can take your guns away. A horrible thing. I don't know. There's always been evil people. The only difference is we give them assault weapons to kill more efficiently and quicker. That's the only difference. Other than that, there's always been evil people. You can't stop evil people. You can't stop mentally ill people who would do some things like this. But what apparently we can do is give them assault weapons, and that's legal to buy. I don't get it. Of course, you're not supposed to buy them if you're... Let me tell you something about mentally ill people. They don't walk around necessarily like they're mentally ill. And also, we're all mentally ill to some extent. We wouldn't do things like that. But it's not like they're... It's well hidden many times. And you can't just I know 1,000 people, and 1,000 people say stupid things, really stupid things, that they could be committed at any moment, yet they would not do stuff like that. Are you following me? Are you thinking about food while I'm talking about this? Oh my God. In my mind, and I'll stand by it, ban military assault weapons because those are weapons of war. Why the hell would you need them? Why the hell would you need them? And the NRA gives money to the government and keeps people, and funds their campaigns with a lot of money, so the representatives and the senators just kind of keep quiet about it. I mean, this is just... I can't believe a country like this runs on corruption, and we know it, and we don't do anything about it. We just ask for another sandwich with more mayonnaise on it. It's unbelievable. Well, President Trump today is indeed visiting those two-town city thing, the Dayton, Ohio, and the El Paso, Texas. In both locations, there's a large number of victims and citizens that don't want the president going there. It's kind of like being punched in the stomach to the point where you fall over and bend over in pain, and then the president comes along and kicks you in the stomach after that. I mean, it's like a double punch in the gut, which is exactly the way these people feel. Because there's no question. I've watched the tapes. I've watched the video. I've heard the sound bites. I've read the tweets. Trump hates immigrants. Some of you say, no, he's just trying to curtail the stuff on the border. Yeah, really? Read the tweets. Read about how all the Mexicans are murderers and rapists. And that's just the beginning. Look at the rallies. Watch the footage of how he like a rooster. He perks up when he hears hatred. Listen to his screaming and ranting of destroying people by calling them names and wrecking their careers and personalities on purpose. Listen to his comments. If you attack me, I'll attack you back 10 times harder. Listen to all that stuff. Put them all together. And if you can't, then you're biased because it's right in front of you. Of course they don't want this guy there. All right, let's stop talking about that. I always need to apologize because this is supposed to be a comedy-type show. So let's cut it out right now. As a matter of fact, give me something in the middle here so we don't have to talk about him anymore. Okay, that worked. Oh my God, I was in the supermarket again yesterday, as I am almost every day. Cashier. Check stuff out. Thanks for shopping here. Thank you. I say to the cashier. She looks at me and she says, no problem. Oh my God, stop saying no problem to me. That is like my number one pet peeve. When you thank somebody and their response is no problem. The response is, you're welcome. How were you raised? I was not saying thank you because I thought it might be a problem for you in your paid position to ring the stuff up on the scanner, cash register, whatever you call that thing. That's what, I'm paying for the stuff and I say thank you and you say no problem. I wasn't saying, I hope this wasn't a problem for you, even though it's your job. No, it was no problem. What kind of response is that? Just please, if you do that and you're not realizing you're doing it, I'm pointing it out. Stop doing it. It is so annoying. I'm not the only person on the planet that finds this to be ludicrous. Stop saying no problem. That wasn't the point. Thanks for going out of your way. It's your freaking job. I'm the one that should be saying no problem, but I can't because it is a problem. Here's another pet peeve I have, and I don't know why these things bother me. It's probably because I have nothing else to do. And because I do this show, and there's a mindset to pick out things that don't make sense. Well, here it is, and I can't stand it. There was this woman on television, and she was announcing that she's going to have a baby. So what she does is she says, and I can't stand this, this woman says, yes, I have an announcement to make. We are pregnant. Okay, I only see one person. Who's the we? And men can't be pregnant. The inference is that my husband and myself are going to be parents of an upcoming child, soon to come, coming attractions. A man cannot be pregnant. Stop with the stupid we are pregnant in order to transform what your body is going through and making it an equal partner kind of thing. Like, yeah, my husband is also going to have a fetus in his belly, and we're having twins, apparently. I'm having one, and he, oddly enough, is also having a baby. A man can't have a baby. Stop saying we are pregnant. Women, I mean, I get it, but why are you being so split down the middle with this when it's just rhetoric? you're having the baby. Perhaps both of you are actually having a baby, but both of you are not pregnant. That's impossible. Cut it out. No problem. When a woman says, we are pregnant, it's not attractive to me. It's not attractive. You're taking your body and you're sharing it with your husband, assuming that he too will have odd cravings, will go through a horribly uncomfortable delivery with his legs spread apart. Let me tell you something. If men were able to get pregnant, there would be no babies. I guarantee you. I don't know of any man that would spread his legs on purpose for that reason. It just wouldn't happen. The population of this country goes down drastically over the years if men could get pregnant. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. If it was physically possible, it wouldn't happen. So women, stop using the phrase, we are pregnant. You are pregnant. He is having a child with you, but he is not delivering the baby. It's not a cute phrase. It's a stupid phrase. You are taking your God-given right, and I use that as a quote-unquote phrase that people use. You are delivering the child. Stop. I mean, it's an amazing thing. Stop giving credit to somebody else that is doing nothing but kind of like bringing you water. I mean, The only reason I think I may be pregnant right now is I have unusual cravings. Right in the middle of nothing, my ears will perk up like some kind of dog that hears something in the distance, like thunder. I will perk up and say to myself, I want chocolate chip ice cream now. If that isn't a pregnant reaction, I don't know what is. And every once in a while when I look in the mirror and I stare at my midsection, I do believe I could be pregnant. Physically looks like I am. But I can't be because I don't have the parts. The parts are not available online. I've looked. I've been on Amazon looking for female parts so that I could have a child and deliver a baby. Let's say. Not true, let's say. That's the one thing Amazon doesn't really have online. Vagina sales. I don't think you can buy a vagina on. I think you can buy a penis. They have the little plastic extenders that women who like that kind of thing can probably buy that off of Amazon, either with Velcro or a strap-on. I'm sorry, your kid's still in the room? They don't know what I'm talking about anyway. Don't worry about it. And if you have kids in the room, they already know what I'm talking about. Stop kidding yourself. It's just embarrassment. It's not the fact they don't know what I'm talking about. It's just embarrassment that they're in the room when I'm saying this. You both know what I'm talking about, but you don't want to admit it to each other because you have this father, son, daughter, mother, whatever. There aren't too many combinations here. Relationship. But I believe if you go on Amazon, you cannot buy a vagina. And it doesn't matter what the size is. You can't buy them. They don't offer them. It doesn't matter if they're real or plastic. Well, there might be some company that makes a plastic vagina for a joke thing, like a novelty thing. Although I can't imagine what kind of masquerade party that would be that you're going to. But I assume someone manufactures that. I don't know why, but I don't know. I had a picture delivered. I had a package. I don't know the difference between objects now. I had a package delivered to my house by Amazon. That's they have the white trucks, so you don't know what they are. They pull up in front of the house, and this person puts a package at my front door, and then takes a picture of the package sitting at my front door and actually posts that picture online to prove that that package was delivered, because there's a picture of the package at my front door. That's amazing. It's really amazing. And some of those pictures are very, very well framed. Excellent color. Everything's in focus. It's kind of artsy in a way. I'm a little uncomfortable about people taking pictures of my front door. It's not really apropos. I get it, but it's kind of odd to me. I wonder if it's possible for me to walk up to anybody's front door with a package or without a package and just start taking pictures of their front door and then posting it and sending it to them. Hey, you don't know my name, but you weren't home last week. I took this picture of your front door. I hope you don't mind. That would be a little freaky, wouldn't it? Hey, I took this picture of you in the bathroom through your bathroom window. I thought it was very artsy, and I thought I'd send it to you, and I posted it online. I don't know what it is. I feel invaded. How dare somebody walk onto my property and take a picture of my front door? It doesn't seem right. It's like I should contact the person and say, that was a beautiful picture of my front door. Thank you for taking that picture. No problem. No problem. There's no problem. All right. My guest is going to join us momentarily. My guest and I are pregnant, and we're going to discuss whatever the hell I want to discuss with this person. And we'll do that, let's say right after this.
You are listening to The Ron Van Dam Show, and that gets you a podcasting high five. It's like a regular high five, but no one knows that you did it. Or cares. Or anything, really.
Hello, John.
How you doing?
I'm great. John Sambalino joins us now. This is an interesting conversation. Is God in that bottle cap? A search for the truth. Well, let's start there. What does that mean? Is God in the bottle cap? I can relate to bottle cap, so I'm interested.
Well, where the title came from is I used to swim with this Christian minister down in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. His name was Dan, and he's always saying, religion, you got to go to church, it's so important. And I said, well, I meditate a lot. Meditation is my religion. And he's always going in. So one day we're walking out to our cars, and there's a bottle cap lying on the ground. I say, hey, Dan, you see that bottle cap there? He says, God in that bottle cap? And he kind of looked at me waiting for the punchline. I said, no, really, if God is everywhere, is he in that bottle cap, or is he just everywhere except in that bottle cap? But then I said, how about the bullet that shot Kennedy? I said, was God in the bullet that shot Kennedy? Or just every place except for the bullet that shot Kennedy or in that bottle cap? And I said, if God is everywhere, he has to be in everything, the ultimate building block of the physical universe. And that's where that title came from.
John, that's pretty annoying.
Sorry about that.
Is God over there? You said God's everywhere. Is God over here then? No, it's true. I've often I kind of understand what you're talking about, because I often in a church, everybody's standing there together doing what they're told to do. Sit up, sit down, do this, say this now, sing this song. And I always thought, isn't this a personal relationship? You keep telling me it's a personal relationship with God, and yet I must do it amongst all these people in unison. I never kind of understood that. So, I kind of get it. We're talking really about meditation, and oh my God, on this show we talk about illnesses, stress, physical ailments as you get older, all this kind of stuff. But to me, it's all down to the core of how you control and relax your body.
Exactly. Yeah. Typically, the only way we have to get rid of stress is sleep. But the problem is, if you're all stressed out, it's difficult to get a good night's sleep.
Absolutely.
But meditation releases more stress than anything in the world. You just calm your mind, and a natural byproduct of meditation is stress comes out. Actually, you talk about health. 75 to 90% of all doctor visits are for stress-related illnesses.
True. I totally believe that. I've been there.
Yeah.
I think everybody's had stress before and realizes just how it breaks your body down. It's amazing how that happens.
Especially now. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, but were you going to say especially now with who's in the White House? Were you going to say that?
Well, I wasn't going to say that. No, especially now with all the great discourse on. I wasn't going to point any. I'm not going to point any fingers.
I'll say it. Okay. All right. Here's a problem. I often find it difficult to actually meditate because of the surrounding atmospheres these days, outside noise. My mind might be thinking about something. How do I clear my mind? I'd love to go there, but I don't think I know how.
Yeah, well, meditation I believe should be learned from a qualified teacher. It's a technique. And again, meditation is not creating anything at all. It's not creating an experience.
Right.
It's just allowing you to experience what's already there. And a byproduct of meditation is thoughts pop up. So we're not trying to get rid of thoughts when you meditate. If you're trying to get rid of thoughts, that just creates more thoughts. Just the technique alone will have thoughts settle. They'll go to the subconscious level where they come from, and you'll drop into this, what they call the transcendence, where everything comes from, including thoughts. But we don't try. Trying is the killer. You don't want to try to meditate. You just do it. Whatever happens, happens.
Okay. You've been doing this for decades, I understand.
Yeah, well, I learned actually 45 years ago.
Wow. Well, okay. What are you, like 107? 45 years
Yeah,
ago.
I'm 69, but I'm in pretty good shape. I do a lot of Tai Chi, Qigong. I still do everything that I could do when I was in high school. I still paddleboard, surf, and snowboard, and you do my pull-ups every day. I mean, I'm in pretty good shape.
Sounds like it. Well, okay. Yeah, I thought you were like 50 or something. Because you have
69.
You have energy, and your thoughts are very clear, which is exactly where I want to be. Okay. Does this actually help the mind's temperament, social understanding? In other words, if people meditated, would they come out of this in more of a peaceful type of attitude as opposed to combative? If you understand what I'm saying, does it actually promote?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, what it does is it calms your mind and stress comes out. So anybody in person, and in particular, I mean, when does anybody get into it with their friend, their coworker, their spouse, their family? When they're calm and relaxed, or when they're stressed out?
Of course.
It's often when you're stressed out. So it calms the mind and it calms the body. And when you're calm and relaxed, the way you interact with everyone is different. It's in a much more natural, open way.
Do you find that societies that actually practice this as a part of their body actually are a more peaceful existence in those countries? I know that you've traveled extensively to some of these countries and seen people actually do this on a regular basis.
Well, there's a joke out there. Hindus are just as crazy as everybody else. They're just vegetarians.
There you go.
But I think, but I think meditation does calm people for sure. I mean, that's just part of the deal. Yeah. But you think of like Buddhism, for example. If you think of Buddhists, you think of pretty peaceful people. But they get into it once in a while.
Sure.
But you feel, that's what you think of. They're more peaceful because they do a lot of meditation.
It's funny in a joking sense, but not really. People who are lost religion-wise usually talk about Buddhism like that is the go-to peaceful, non-denominational entity of the planet. But it's not necessarily Buddhism. It is the mind-body experience. Exactly.
I mean, Buddha experienced the same thing that Christ experienced. They're talking about the same thing. And there's a thing out there called the Nag Hammadi Gospels, which were the ancient lost Gospels, like 55 of them that were found, that were written, almost 2,000 years ago. And people read those and they go, "Oh my God! If I knew these things were around, this is part of Christianity, I would have stayed a Christian and not become a Buddhist, because it's all in Christianity. It's just been lost. And it's in the Bible, but it's very esoteric and hard to pick out. But it's all in there."
Interesting. This sounds great to me, and I'm glad we're talking today, and that people are listening. I have nothing against religion, really. but it does.
Yeah.
It feels a little cultish to me, to be honest with you. And
Exactly.
but meditation is like anything but. It's not cultish at all. It's actually it's you, and I love that. I love that facet of it.
Yeah, I think there's a world of difference between Christ and Christianity. I mean, they're different things.
Yeah.
You know, Christ was a teacher. He wasn't here to say, worship me, worship me.
Correct.
He experienced this ultimate reality, and the way he described it was, my Father and I are one. He was describing being one with the ultimate reality, same as everything else.
Yes. Well, the key word is
Yeah.
one, I think. I think that's really the key.
Yeah.
It's one.
Yeah.
A fascinating book, and this helps us actually understand it, is God in That Bottle Cap, A Search for the Truth. It's available everywhere, I certainly assume.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And how do we follow your stuff and that kind of thing? Do you have a particular website?
Well, I do. It's pretty easy to remember. It's actually isgodinthatbottlecap.com. And I've got, or you can go to Amazon.com and just Google It's God in That Bottle Cap, and you'll see a couple dozen reviews, and you can read some excerpts from the book.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, John. Fascinating, and you may have changed some people's lives here. I don't know. Thanks.
That would be great. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Ron, for having me on. I really enjoyed it.
I appreciate it. I did too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you for participating in this exercise of futility. You've done really well. I'm very proud of you. Someone should be proud of you. Might as well be me. Well, that's the end of our relationship for today. Let's pick it up again tomorrow, the same point. Until then, go forth and multiply. I wish you peace. Thank you for listening. No problem. Actually, this was a problem, to be honest with you.